Since I've been putting up more boundaries and guardrails on the bridges that I try to build with people who are homophobic and, also misogynistic, I've become a little more confused about the whole thing. Because apparently I'm only supposed to criticize and have a problem with homophobia and misogyny when it comes from white cisgender Christians that are particularly right-wing. And no other demographics. If I am to point out homophobia and misogyny in the black community, that somehow makes me racist. If I point out homophobia and misogyny in the Muslim community, that makes me Islamophobic. It's very bizarre. Especially when it comes to Islam, compared to Christianity, Christianity is way, way more tolerant as Christianity is practiced across the globe compared to Islam. I mean, way more tolerant. But apparently it's really bad to point out homophobia and misogyny in Islam. And that's weird. I kind of miss Thunderfoot's videos, his older videos, where he would regularly criticize Islam for being homophobic, misogynistic, and for, like, he'd show video clips of Muslim preachers, or are they called imams? I'm not sure if I have that name right, but Muslim preachers preaching to huge crowds, saying some of the most vile homophobic stuff you've ever heard, some of the most vile misogynistic stuff you've ever heard, and they'd say that if they can get enough numbers in Western countries, that they would replace our system of laws and our system of morality with Sharia. Thunderfoot really pointed a lot of this stuff out. He was often called Islamophobic for it, which is still weird to me. I think this notion of only breaking things apart in the sense of power and privilege is just not good. It's damaging to progress. If the only things that we can make fun of and criticize are those that have power, white cisgender male Christians, we're not going to get to the bottom of a lot of other problems. You can't just attack one group and expect everything to fall into place. It just doesn't make any sense. There's an absurdity to, some absurdity anyway, to groups like Queers for Palestine. I understand supporting Palestine. I get it. But when you advertise it as Queers for Palestine, it's like, because Palestine, they're experiencing a genocide. I get it. It's awful. But when you say Queers for Palestine, it's like the Palestinians, the majority of Palestinians would not be pro-LGBT, and especially not Hamas. Hamas would throw you off buildings or shoot you outright. So there's just a bit of absurdity out there. Absolute support of any groups that are marginalized, even if those groups would hate you. It's like if a group is marginalized, they're untouchable. Or they should be considered untouchable. And that's weird to me. We should be able to point out homophobia and misogyny anywhere that it exists. Just saying.